I'm kind of way down today, but Team Awesome. I'm excited, and his name is Lorenzo Dozier or Dozier. I have to ask him. I believe it's Dozier though. And he is a novelist. He's written 2 books. And so he's going to come. He's going to tell us about that. He's a poet. Y'all know how I feel about poetry. So he's a poet, and he's also a social media personality. So I got to slow my roll because y'all know I was amped up. And so writing has always been a passion of mine, and I have my poetries that, you know, my 2 volumes that we had copywritten a while back, maybe like 10, 15 years ago. It's been a long time. And since then I started writing and just putting together miniature manuscripts and just stuff like that. So when I had the chance to meet him via social media and all that, I was really excited. So while we wait for him to call in, you know, I know some of y'all sent me some questions, and I went ahead and just added the questions the other day. And so we are going to get those questions asked to him and good stuff like that. So I'm just excited. You know, I'm trying to calm down. They telling me in the back, calm down, bring it down a little bit. But, you know, he's had encounters or interviews with people like, and I did the video, most of you seen the video, but he's met Tommy from Power, and also Angela from Power, Jerry Springer, Kim Jae-young, who was he played in Hangover, the co-star from Blackish. Her name is let me go back, Marie Marsar, something like that. Yeah, but he's had so many different people that he has interviewed with or had the chance to sit with and just have conversations. So I thank God for that. So as we wait, I had a couple of questions that was asked to me for First Lady and Pastor. So I am going to also get those questions in a little bit later. But we just want to thank you guys for continuing to always just have, you know, just be in our corner. I'll say something like, we're going to have this guest on or that guest on, or I'm going to have a conversation with this person or that person. And then you guys just show up. Hey, Carla. Hey, Sonia. Hello?
Hello. I'm here.
Hey, Lorenzo. How are you?
I am doing absolutely good. Blessed.
That is...
I forget your voice.
That is so good. We are just really, really excited that you took the time and called in so we can ask you a bunch of questions, put you on the hot seat for a few minutes. So,
and I'm be very interesting.
Very interesting. So, I mean, I know who you are. So why don't you tell us who you are and where you're from?
Well, I don't think it'd be a pronunciation on my last name, Dozier.
Yeah, you know I chop that up.
So my name is Lorenzo Dozier, Brooklyn, New York. And let's see, describing myself a little bit about myself. Okay. Well, as you mentioned on your show, I'm a poet, I'm a writer, I published 2 books.
Yes.
I love to travel, I love to read, I love to exercise. I'm very outgoing, outspoken.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
Yes. Okay. So, we know that that you're social media, and you just explained everything, you know, social media personality, writer, and all of that. What do you enjoy doing most? Do you like one thing more so than the other?
To be honest, enjoy the writing more because it basically allows me to express myself in multiple ways because, writing doesn't necessarily have to be about just like an article or an essay, poetry, writing a book, per se. But, just having the ability to express myself through either old school, which is pen and paper, or now, these days with technology, you could type out your stuff on a computer, laptop, iPad, your phone.
Right.
But, yeah, writing is, like, my number one true love.
Right. Yeah, okay, cool. So you've had a lot of contact with celebrities, and I've posted, I did a video, which I had sent to you with some of your pictures in there. And of course I couldn't get them all in, but you've had a lot of contact with celebrities. What do you enjoy, or what do you remember most about being around other celebrities?
I feel that, with each person that I meet, it's a blessed and humble experience to meet these people because these are people that I watched growing up on television or in a movie, and I always said to myself, I would never meet these people ever in a day in my life.
Yes.
And then boom, with a few connections with some good friends and stuff, it happened.
Right.
I would say, memorable experiences would be basically I would have genuine conversations with these people because these are, at the end of the day, they're human. I try not to look at these people as, A-lister, B-lister, star power people.
Right.
I'm not that crazy super fan. I would approach a person with respect.
Yes.
Would
important.
Ask something appropriate. I would give them that impression that, we are seeing each other eye to eye. I'm not being disrespectful to you. I'm not some crazy fan.
Right.
I'm just, genuinely speaking to you as a human being. And plus, I do appreciate their work. So that's how I would approach certain celebrities.
Right.
And I guess out of all the people that I've met, to this day, I think my favorite person is Zendaya because that is actually one of the main people that I was hoping to see one day in my lifetime.
Right.
And to have that opportunity to meet her at a Macy's event, and this was actually a funny experience because I was literally coming from another state to New York that morning, and I literally found out at last minute she was going to be in town.
Right.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, dang.
I was able to pull it off.
Wow, that's amazing. And she's a writer too, right?
I don't know if Zendaya actually writes. I do know that she's an actress, and she does music.
Okay.
I don't know if she still does songs anymore, but I know she does fashion.
Right.
She has
I know about the fashion.
A perfume line. She was in the recent movie Spider-Man Far From Home, Homecoming, and she was on the TV show Euphoria. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool. So, so my next question, because we're gonna keep them rolling because we had quite a few, and they were really good questions, and just opening the door to who you are. As an author, what types of books do you like? Like, what are some books that you would read? What's something do you read mysteries? You read love stories? Just poetry? What's a good read for you?
I'm into mysteries, thrillers, suspense. I like realistic fiction. I like books that you as the reader can relate to. So,
right.
Those type of genres stick out at me. I'm not too big on nonfiction.
Right. Okay.
But I'm trying to get into the habit of reading, quote unquote, real and factual things.
Right.
But, sometimes we got to take our mind off of what's going on in the world and
yes.
step into imagination and explore, another person's world, per se. So, yeah, those are the genres that I'm really in tune with.
Okay, cool. And some of the things, they're coming up fast. They're asking questions on here. So if we don't get to your questions, Lorenzo will come back and answer them for you a little bit later. So how long have you been writing?
I think I've been writing since the age of 13. Mm-hmm. Around that time, I was probably in 8th grade.
Right.
So I'm 29 now, so it's been quite some time.
Right. Wow. Not too long, because you're still young. Yeah, you're still very young. But I know what you're saying. It's been a stretch, a long time from then. Have you always wanted to be a writer, or how did that come about? Did you just start out writing, or?
I mean, I could actually thank all my English teachers, to be honest, because, any writer would tell you that, they got inspiration from their English teacher or, some author that they read up on.
Right.
They loved their books. Mm-hmm. And, for me, my teachers usually say that, I'm enjoying what you're writing, from, mm-hmm. Essays or
right.
Book reports or whatever. And I guess when I came to high school, I decided to take a route of being serious with writing,
right.
Going from writing short stories to actually writing books.
Wow. That's cool. And you just answered a question. I believe that's Devlin asked, where does his inspiration come from? So yeah, that's good. That's good. What advice would you give a new writer, someone just starting out? What advice would you give them?
Well, the best advice I would give a new, fresh, up-and-coming writer is to basically be consistent. Don't doubt yourself. Don't tell yourself that, if I'm going to start on something, what if I don't finish it? Or what if people don't like my work? I look at it as, who cares if people don't like your work?
Right.
You should be writing for you. And
yes.
then eventually your audience will find you through your work. So take that chance, take that leap of faith, and start off small. I would mm-hmm. say that your first piece of writing is your first draft, because it's not going to be perfect. Trust me. I went through years of trying to get it right with my writing.
Right.
And, to this day, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I'm making room for improvement. So to new writers, be consistent. Don't be afraid to put your work out there, and, learn how to handle criticism.
Okay.
Sometimes you might need that criticism. It could probably help you, boost up some, inspiration.
Right.
Do better.
Wow. Okay. How do you handle writer's block?
Writer's block. So, with writer's block, writer's block could be so random. It could last for like a day. It could last for days. It could last for a month, or a couple of months. Mm-hmm. How do I handle it? I basically take a break from what I'm working on.
Right.
Sometimes I return to reading. Sometimes I watch a movie.
Right.
Sometimes I have to experience something in my life and say, you know what? Whether it was good or bad, that could probably help me with my writer's block, and I will probably use that and insert it in my work of art.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay, cool. Yeah, wow. Okay, in your opinion, what are the most important elements of writing? Like, what do you think are the most important, or which ones are important in your writing? Because I know each writer is different.
Well, I feel like important elements of writing is storytelling, mm-hmm. and having the ability to communicate, to tell a story. I would say also be tidy on your research, because sometimes we think that we know it all,
right?
But we should also do our fact check, our homework, and be able to, put out there factual information or believable information when we're expressing our work.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. What comes first, the plot or the characters when you're writing? Do you come up with the characters first or the plot?
Go on.
Oh, no, that was it. Just which one, comes first to you, the plot or the actual characters?
I would say the plot, because I think any writer should have a beginning and an end to their story. You should know how your story ends. And if you don't know how your story ends, part of the journey as a writer is getting to the end of that story.
Right.
So I feel that plot is important. Then the characters will come afterwards, because you would need to basically create those characters, one by one.
Right. Okay. And Cheryl, I know you asked a couple of questions, and I do ask that at the end, so I'll make sure he answers that. So how did you come up with the titles for your books?
For the 2 books that are already out, I would just use 31 Days to Live, for example. 31 Days to Live came from the idea of the months in a year. So you had to choose a particular month of the year that had 31 days.
Right.
And I believe it's March, July, August. I'm pretty sure I'm missing one.
January.
I think it's probably May. Does May have 31 days, or is it 30? Probably that's just 30. But, so 31 Days to Live basically came from the month of the year. My book takes place in October.
Right.
So I needed a theme for my book. So the build-up is leading up to Halloween.
Okay.
So when you're reading the book, you really want to know what's going to happen on October 31st. So that's the origin of the story, 31 Days. And to the live part is basically the plot. The plot in that book deals with a game. And this character is playing a game of dead or alive. So he has to try to survive for the next 31 days.
Wow.
To the very end.
Okay. Yes. Now that sounds intriguing. You kind of got our attention on that. That sounds very intriguing. Okay. What's your writing space like? Where do you write?
Most of the time I'm writing at home. If I'm not writing at home, I try to find a quiet place at work. If it's not at work, it would be at the library.
Now, is this... I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I was basically going to say, these are basically my spots to try to come up with ideas and be comfortable and just write.
Okay. Now, would this be, when you're at home, would this be like you're sitting on the couch? Are you at the kitchen table? Are you on the floor in front of the fireplace? Or is it just random places? Like when you say your home, it's just random places in your home?
Well, for home, it's random places because I try my best to find a spot where I could just be at peace and quiet.
Right.
So, in our own homes, it's not that easy to find quietness because it could be a little bit noisy.
Yes.
So, if I'm not trapping myself in the room, I trap myself in the bathroom. If I'm not in the bathroom, it's out in the hallway.
Okay, cool. Because everybody, how everybody just says, I have to find a quiet place. And if they're a writer and they have children, then it's always like the downtime after the kids go to school or, when they go to bed or something like that. So I'm always curious to find out where people write and why they choose that space. So cool. So what's a typical writing day for you? Do you pick a day? Do you say, I'm going to write Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? I'm going to write something every day. What is the typical writing day like for you? Do you sit down and just write all day? What happens when you want to sit down and come up with a story or you need to complete a book or something like that?
Well, ideally speaking, I would love to have a set schedule.
Right.
But realistically, I typically do my work at nighttime because at least at that time, a little bit downtime. Mm-hmm. Everybody's asleep. There's not that much noise to worry about.
Right.
My ideas do generate more at night because, I have a busy day.
Right.
In my busy day, if I do get an idea, always carry a book, mm-hmm. A notepad, or if you don't have either one, use your smartphone.
Right.
So it has a notepad in there. You can log in whatever ideas you have and save it to your phone and then use it for later on when you are more settled in your home.
Right.
Work at night.
Yeah, and I do that a lot, and especially if I have to create a poem or something, if it's for a funeral or wedding or, just whatever, I tend to use a lot my memo notes. And you can just, and what I love is it has that feature with the microphone that you can just talk text. So that's just perfect. I love that. Might mess up the spelling of the words, but you kind of know what it was. So,
yes.
Yep. What's your most interesting writing quirk?
Well, this question is very interesting because I never really
had one,
but I think as of late, I would say that I have to imagine myself mm-hmm. inside the scene, and then there will be times where I'm actually speaking out loud.
Right.
I'm not talking to anybody.
Right.
I'm pretending that the character is there right in front of me, and I'm like over here acting out the scene to make sure that it sounds realistic.
Right.
And then I just put it in the story to be like, okay, that sounded okay. That made sense.
Right, right. And you hear, it's like to somebody else, it may sound crazy, but a lot of us do that. And me, I have Daniel, who is my sounding board. And for years, I've just said, hey, babe, how does this sound? Or what do you think about this? So, and he kind of laughs or he'll say, I don't know about that, or that's funny or whatever, but I always write stuff down. And you do exactly what you just said. Somebody, and it came right up, Andy says, is your book a true story about your life? I can answer that.
Well, I think I know who that is, Adria. So, to answer your question, it's not a true story, but I did take the likeness of things that I experienced in my life and incorporate it into the story, particularly around the years when I was in high school. So, fun fact about my book, I took a real place, took personalities from all my friends, created fictional characters out of them, and threw in a bunch of craziness that created the plot of my story.
There you go. Okay, cool. Fun fact. So while we have a moment, shout out your social medias. And I know Team Awesome. I got this one on. Okay, go ahead. But shout out your social media.
Okay, I'll be sure to shout them out right now. First, I want to point out, looking good in that shirt. That's Awesome 418 shirt, which you can find on ProWrestlingTees.com.
Yes.
/Team Awesome 418.
Yes.
All in lowercase. My pages for Instagram is Instagram.com /Team Awesome 418. I've seen some people that was talking about where you can find my poetry at.
Yes.
No, I do not have a poetry book, but I am considering it. So if you want to read my poems, they're on Instagram.com /Team Awesome 418 poems. That's all in one word, no space.
You should do an ebook of your poems.
I should what? Read my poems?
No, you should do an ebook of your poems.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I could actually consider doing an ebook for my poems. I mean, I do have enough poems to make a book for poems, but I'm not sure yet. I don't know
Right.
if the world's ready for me to do a poetry book, but, you know, I'll take into consideration.
Yeah. That is awesome. So, okay. And so the next question was, where can they get your T-shirt from? So shout out the T-shirts again one more time for me.
Okay, so the T-shirts are on prowrestlingtees.com/Team Awesome 418. Like I said before, it's all in lowercase. Do not capitalize the T or the A of Team Awesome. Or everything is lowercase.
Okay. And we'll put that in the comments as well. So, and then where can the readers purchase your books?
You can find my books on Amazon.com, Barnes and Nobles, Kobo, that's Kobo, for you ebook readers. You can type in my name on Google. That could actually help you find it quicker. Type in my name, Lorenzo Dozier. Look in the caption to how to spell my first and last name. You can also find it on, Kindle bookstores if you want to digitally download it directly to your smartphone or tablet, iPad.
Okay. Cool. So that's good. Okay. And tell us about your first published book, meaning, from start. So you write it, because you already told us about the how you came up with the title and stuff like that. But take us quickly to how you came up with it, and then until it went to, I guess, publication.
Okay, so the process of publishing a book, you could go two routes with your work. You could, make a name for yourself, and that's typically with a self-publisher,
right,
where you are in charge of doing all of the work from editorial to sending it out on your own through social media outlets,
right,
to the designs of, your cover, your book.
Right.
The other side is just traditional publishing, where basically you hire an agent or literacy persona and allow them to shop your work out to a bigger platform, and hopefully you will get handpicked,
right,
and you will represent that publishing house. So with my books, I actually did both sides of the fence. I did traditional publishing back in 2018. It had pros and cons. The pros would be, honestly, exposure.
Okay.
The con, you can look at it in either way.
Right.
You don't have control over your work at that point, because it is handed over to somebody else, and they own the rights to your stuff. But
wow,
they are representing you, and you are representing them.
Okay.
And like I said, I tested the water with both sides. I had a good experience with being a traditional publisher. It allowed me to participate in BookCon, which is one of the biggest events in New York for authors. It happens around May and June every year,
right,
at the Jacob Javits Center. And never in my wildest dream I would think that I would experience, doing a book signing, having people wait online for me, autographing books, being able to socialize and interact with fans, new readers, and, allow them to get to know me,
right,
personally. So that, I would say that was a good experience. So I appreciate that I was able to experience that.
Right.
Now, the reason why I am now self-publisher, again, because this is my second time being a self-publisher, is because I wanted to have more creative control over my work. I feel that I can promote myself a little bit better on my own than with a third party. And most importantly, you have control over your stuff. Mm-hmm. Yes, there is a lot of work that comes into it, but as I mentioned in the beginning, as far as new writers go, you got to be consistent.
Right.
And,
consistent.
It's not going to sell itself. You're going to have to put yourself out there. You're going to have to make connections, communicate with people, promote. And, like the people that are watching this stream,
right.
They will become your new readers, your new viewers.
Right,
based off of whatever it is that you put out there. Because, yes, we will only hope that somebody will discover us.
Right.
And boom, we become the next J.K. Rowling.
Right.
And, that doesn't always happen.
Right.
So
that's right.
Before you could get to that point, you have to be able to do the work. Mm-hmm. Don't be lazy. Be consistent. And, play on it. Because,
right.
It's not going to be easy. It's
right.
definitely not going to be easy. You're going to make mistakes on the road. But, at the end, everybody's definition of success is different.
Right.
So.
True. Wow. That's interesting. And it is. And you hear people say that, and everything you're saying, it must be kind of like the norm, because people who have experienced, they say the same thing, and they're like, don't make the same mistakes I made. This and this, you want to do X, Y, Z, which is really beneficial to, like I said, people who may be coming on later and watching it, who are new writers or who are thinking about writing, or who have stuff like me, sitting around and just not taking it serious. And I waited not too late, but I mean, it's been a long time. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where, you're just like, okay, you got to be serious about it, jump on it, and then just do it. So I think that is good. And lastly, what has your journey been like? Your personal journey from everything involved. What has your personal journey been like? And anything that you want to throw in there just to tell us.
My personal journey as a writer, or just in general?
In general.
Leading up to where I am today.
Yes, in general.
Okay, so in general, I would say that, like many people, we all have our struggles in our life.
Right.
But I try my best not to let my struggles delay wherever it is I need to get in life.
Right.
I try not to let it get the best of me. Sometimes I will have slip-ups, but I know for a fact that I do work hard on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
I'm very hungry. I try to be as ambitious as possible.
Right.
Even in my failure, because there are times where I have slipped up. There are times where I wasn't successful with this writer persona, per se.
Right.
Because there were times where I was in doubt. There were times where I asked myself, okay, maybe this is not for me. People are not looking at my work.
Right.
I wasn't focusing on the positive things about what I accomplished. I was too busy focusing on the negative stuff. But when you finally block out the noise,
right,
and say to yourself, okay, that's what's not helping me move further in life. That's just putting me down. You need to start promoting positivity.
There you go. That's key.
Tell yourself that I will be successful. I can be successful, and I'm going to do whatever it is I say that I'm going to do. And that's exactly what I did. From meeting all these people that I met over the years, to publishing the 2 books, to, testing the waters with poetry, and, I do vlogs. I try to use my failures as a way to help the next person, because
right,
they could be looking at me and saying that, okay, I can see myself in him. These
right,
are the things that I may have gone through, and he's telling me that this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do, and
right,
this is where you can get from point A to point B and elevate your life.
Wow.
That's what I try to do.
That's interesting. Very good. That is really good information. That's good. Well, I appreciate you taking the time and just, coming on and talking to us. We so appreciate you. I have totally enjoyed this segment. So you are going to have to, you know, come back and visit us and maybe do an update show, you know, later on when you get another minute, because we have truly enjoyed you and we thank God for you. And we are definitely going to continue to pray for you here at Bridging Gaps, Embracing Reality. And we just wish you all the best, all the best. Great things are coming up.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate taking this time to speak to you and everybody else that is tuning in. And most importantly, as you mentioned before, you know, God first.
Yes.
Because I feel personally, if it wasn't for him, I would never have got to where I am today. And, you know, personal shout out to my mother. You know, she is my rock.
Oh, hi, Mom.
She helped me also get to where I am today. So thank you, God, and thank you, Mom.
Oh.
Happy belated Mother's Day.
Oh, that is a blessing. That is a blessing. I like when people shout out their mom because, you know, moms don't get enough. You know, we just don't get enough kudos. No, let me stop. I definitely get my kudos. But that's a blessing, you shouting out your mom, and I love that. So you take care and feel free to email me or whatever and just let me know, hey, I'm ready to come back on, or any great things or just anything. Just come back and holler at us.
Absolutely. I'll be glad to come back.
Okay. Well, thank you. And you have a great night, Lorenzo.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. So as we wait for First Lady and Pastor to call back, that was really enlightening. Did y'all enjoy that? That was just awesome. Awesome, awesome. Hand clap. Very good. Wow. And just want to say hey to Carla, Terry, Jennifer, Connie, Jerome. And if I missed you, Andy, Sandra. Yeah. So to me, one of the things that hold on. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
That was awesome.
Wasn't that good?
Yeah,
just like the
insight.
shirt. Just like the shirt says, awesome. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
We truly enjoyed that. Thank you, Lorenzo, for the insight into your life.
Yes.
Great. Give some inspiration to some other folks out here that are going, are trying to be poets, write poetry, write books, and all of that. Good information.
I agree. And it's funny because some of the things that he said, you've heard before, when people have different situations as writers. So I thought that was interesting that they share the same point of view. And I just like that he was willing to share, especially because it's hard. Some people just don't want to share information. So I was happy about that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
So, First Lady, what is your bridging thought as we get ready to go to close? Bridging thought, Madame.
My bridging thought this evening is, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, just remember that you can always reach the stars. There's no glass ceiling.
Absolutely.
You can move forward with whatever you put your mind to, and the information that Lorenzo shared, that's something that you can, take that in and use, some of the tools that he was saying, how he got started. But just don't let things stop you.
Right. Right.
I really and truly enjoyed that, and that's my bridging thought for the evening. Don't stop. Keep pressing on no matter what.
I agree. And shout out to Adaria and Constance and Lorraine and Connie. Or did I say Connie before? Yes, I agree. I just think it was just very interesting. And I definitely am going to, use some of the ideas myself. And I know, Devlin, you had said something too It was very inspirational. So I thank God for that. Yes.
Yes, and I love how he shouted out his mom and gave her, the kudos and, in helping him along the way.
Yes.
That was nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and I need my shirt.
I know. I love this shirt. I wore it the other day, but I love this shirt. And then at the bottom, it has @TeamAwesome418. And it's funny because I had gotten my shirt, some weeks back. So, but yeah.
But I'm already on the website. So.
See? Yep. And it's really good quality, too.
Oh, okay.
Really good quality.
Yep,
yes.
I like that.
Yeah, that's it. So
I'm going to pass it on over to Pastor here in a second and let him give his last and final bridging thought for the evening.
Yes, indeed. And while we wait for Pastor, don't y'all forget, remember we talked about putting on your armor of God every single day. You definitely have to continue to keep your armor on and put it on every day. Every day. Hey, Dedrick. Yep. Amen.
Lorenzo Dozier. I appreciate his message, and there's a couple takeaways that I heard that I'll use for my bridging thought. The first one, he said, "Don't worry about your audience. Write for yourself, and your audience will find you."
Yep.
And that just reminds me that, we all got a destiny. We all got a destination. And sometimes we look around and down to find out who we are when who we are is already inside of us. And we don't have to worry about our environment. We don't have to worry about who likes us or who doesn't.
Right.
Just do it for yourself. And those who will rally around you will rally around you. Yeah. So that was number one. And then I love what he said. You should know how the story ends. And I immediately thought of Victory.
Yes.
Everyone that believes in him, it ends in victory. So we know how our story is going to end.
Right.
Let's live the victory today.
Yes.
And then finally he said something that I don't think we do enough of. Simply said, "Thank you, God."
Yes. Amen. Yes, he did.
Because, see, Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "It is only in the darkness where you can see the stars." And we all got that light shining in us. And it's only going to be able to see the star when it is dark. So that's my bridging thought. How about you,